The Fierce Deity's mask is perhaps the most powerful weapon in the Zelda series, but it's also the most enigmatic. While items like the Master Sword, Silver Arrows, or Bow of Light are sacred tools designed to repel evil, the Fierce Deity's mask instead seems to embrace the darkness, transforming Link into a towering, demon-like warrior. The mask's description emphasizes this. It asks whether the mask's dark powers are as bad as Majora itself. With the mask equipped, Link is unbelievably powerful, and the final boss fight against Majora becomes a joke. Fierce Deity Link wields a great two-handed sword shaped like a double helix. And each massive swing throws an equally massive blade beam. The deity's attacks are quick and deal massive damage, meaning each of Majora's 3 forms can be dealt with in a matter of seconds. It's not even a real fight. Link can use the deity mask in the rest of the game's boss fights too, and as you'd expect, it absolutely destroys them. Each swing deals 4 times the damage of the Kokiri sword, and the blade beams deal the same again, giving Link an absurd damage output. This ridiculous strength makes sense, given that the mask is only obtainable after Link hands in all of his other non-transformation masks, many of which aren't necessary to complete the game. So, in order to receive the Fierce Deity's mask, you need to have completed most of the game's side quests, making it a sort of completionist's bonus. The origins and histories of the other transformation masks are clear. They're physical manifestations of the souls of the deceased Darmani, Mikau, and probably the Deku Butler's son. The designs of these transformations are fusions of Link and the original soul, but the physical masks themselves only represent their original spirits. But the truth behind the Fierce Deity's mask remains a mystery. The transformation looks like Link, as you'd expect, but unlike the other masks, the mask itself does too. So, does this mean that it contains the soul of someone that looked like Link? Could it be the soul of a previous hero? If it belonged to a fearsome warrior god, a being even worse than Majora itself, then why does it resemble the face of adult Link?
Your High Majesty King Yama, sir, I'm not certain I understand your orders.
I'm authorizing all acts done by necessity in defense of the Commonwealth of the living world. Your prime objective is to terminate Yusuke Urameshi.
Pardon my impudence, sir, but doesn't Detective Urameshi fight for our side and win? In fact, his track record is most impressive for a human, that is.
No, but that's where you are wrong. He has the half-breed's blood coursing through his veins.
A real half-breed? No. Spirit Detective Yusuke Urameshi, a direct descendant of the Mazaku.
You're out of your mind. And to level it in front of his corpse? It's ridiculous. His mother may act like a monster, but his parents are human. I had an ogre do a background check.
True, as were his grandparents and great-grandparents, but if you continue back much further...
The atavism of the Mazaku.
That's affirmative, sir. It's through that rare phenomena that we think Urameshi inherited his demon blood. And if we're right, which by all signs we are, he's a genetic time bomb just waiting to trigger.
DNA, the blueprint for life, passed from parent to child. An atavism is when a trait recurs in a descendant after skipping generations. This can even result in a reversion to the primitive characteristics of a remote ancestor. The atavism of the Mazoku, or half-breed, is an extreme example. The Mazoku can deliberately transmit its DNA recessively until it reaches an heir strong enough to succeed it, creating a demon sleep.
Thank goodness we arrived in time to prevent it.
And my father is certain about all of this?
Yes, 44 generations ago, before the Kakai separated the living and demon worlds. That's when the Mazaku planted the seed of evil that's now ready to bloom within him.
Then, look at Urameshi. He's glowing.
No, it's time! That's not spirit energy he's emitting, it's demon energy. The transformation has begun! Stop his
in your pants and fire! Keep on firing! Stop it!
Man, you people sure know how to make a guy feel welcome.
You see, Corinne Sir, how strong his demon energy is?
Not Yusuke. Your supreme evilness. I'm your humble servant. Please allow me to do whatever it is you desire.
Thanks, weakling, but for what I desire, I don't need any help. For what I desire is ending the world and everyone in it. For I am the mighty Mazaku, Lord of Evil.
Using this time loop, Link is able to rescue the 4 giants from the 4 corners of Termina, and these great, ancient deities are able to stop the moon's descent, catching it before it collides with the clock tower. But even their mighty strength isn't enough. Majora sheds itself of the Skull Kid and forces the moon downwards. With no other option, Link enters the moon to face the end of the world alone. Inside the moon is a weird place. In contrast to the cataclysm happening in the outside world, Link finds himself in a peaceful field, surrounding a central tree on a hill. Around this tree, 4 children play, each wearing one of the 4 masks of the game's bosses, and a 5th child sits, alone, wearing Majora's mask. Talking to the child under the tree will initiate the final showdown against Majora, which takes place in a psychedelic chamber. But if Link first hands in all other masks in the game, save for the main 3 transformation masks, the child will present him with the most powerful mask in the game, the Fierce Deity's mask. But what is it? In a 2015 interview with Game Informer, Zelda producer Eiji Aonuma explained some details about Majora's mask. Regarding the transformation masks, he explains that they were created to contain the memories of people who have died. Often there are things that they really wanted to do before they left this world, so becoming them is actually really painful because it's like hosting a really powerful spirit that's coming into you.
What's happening? Who's doing this? Hey, give me back my body!
Shut up, this doesn't concern you.
The hell it doesn't! So long!
In the Japanese version, the child who gives Link the Fierce Deities mask first asks him if he wants to play tag. In Japan, tag is known as onigoko, meaning pretending to be an oni, oni being demons in Japanese folklore. One player is said to be the oni and others run away from them. The Fierce Deities mask is called the Kishin mask, literally translating to Oni God, and its description asks if it's an Oni mask that an Oni wears. But Kishin are more than just monsters. Kishin is the term used to refer to Buddhism's wrathful or fierce deities.
Do you honestly believe you can resist taking one taste of my poison?
So what'd you do?
I made love. I had no other choice. What could I do? I told you before, it was her eyes. Not to mention, she was the most beautiful creature I'd ever laid mine on.
Then, a few dozen generations later, I just rolled down the tube?
Yes, it was something like that.